Bro, man, are you even looking?
Mm-hmm.
Your thumb is moving so fast.
I'm looking. I know where my pictures are. It's just like...
Are you trying to find something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, gosh, this is what's wrong with the world. No one has an attention span anymore.
What? What happened?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'm looking for a system of a Mustang that we did.
Yeah, see, this is what happens because you threw away a lot of your pictures, remember?
I did.
Yeah, instead of putting them in folders that are easy to find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I can't wait for vacation. I'm going to finish up going through and putting everything in folders.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. Good day, everyone, in this beautiful midday. Midweek? Midweek. Mm-hmm. I know we haven't really been... We kind of suck this week. What is today, Wednesday? Yeah. This is like the first... I don't remember what we did Monday. What did we do Monday?
We did a live show on Mondays at 6:30.
Oh, Monday was John was here.
Yeah.
That's right. We put the stuff we put the Certain Vegas stuff in the Ram. The new Certain Vegas stuff. Bro, that Fox box, 212's Fox box for the Ram fits a normal size woofer, and these woofers were freaking huge. 212's. And we also found out, even though it comes with a seat lift kit, you really don't need it. It does lift up the seat butt, a couple inches. A little bit, not a couple inches. But the box will fit underneath the seat. You got to lose your stupid floor mat, your big dumb floor mats that everyone puts in the back of those. Mm-hmm. But you don't have to raise the seat, which is nice because when you have to raise the seat, it goes up and then the headrest block more of the rear window. I don't like raising the seats if I can avoid it because I think it just kind of defeats how the seat works. And most people never put anybody in the back seat. And even if you were in the back seat, it would be fine. Good afternoon, Eduardo. But no, so Fox box 212s under the back seat. You don't really have to do the lift kit if you don't want to. Fits fine. Looks better. Looks way better. I think it looks better because it like fills in all the gaps. It lines up really nice. But that thing hit like a ton of bricks. The only thing was it was 2025, so there's no Amp Pro for it yet. But they do make Certain Vega makes like harmonic restoration device. Anyways, we put one of those in.
Yeah.
That helped a lot. So brought back a lot of that bass that's missing from the factory Alpine signal. So it was really good. And we've done a lot of testing on the 2025 to figure out, because we had one in not too long ago, and we found out, hey, they don't make an Amp Pro, and so we had to do a bunch of testing to figure out. The front doors are still the best. The front doors and the sub put out the same amount of bass, but the sub rolls off really fast. And so, if you want some carry with the sub, the front door sounded way better. Way better. But we are in a 530i BMW, which is so unlike us to be in because we don't do a lot of BMWs. I don't know, they're not popular, which is weird. So this system and this BMW, which we just got done with, is a Helix system. So this got the match plug and play amplifier. So this is an up 8 is what they call it. It's a match up 8, which is a 6 to 8 for those of you that play the game at home. I'll do all the BMWs you want now. And by the way, the factory tune sucked. Very lifeless, right, Fernando? Fernando gets in the car and goes, bro, this thing sucks. We just spent the last retuning the car. Sounds way better now. Anyways, there's only a 4 in the door, man. It's not going to rattle. The seat buzzes, but that's because it's an 8 underneath the seat. So anyways, this got an up 8. One of the things we found out that was, neat to the up 8 is this 6 to 8, but they sell what's called a HEC card, HEC/aux. And when you put that HEC card in, it gives us 2 more sets of inputs. So because this car has a center channel, so we need center, left, right, sub, and back. So we got 8 inputs. We're using 7 of them. So that allowed us to retain the factory center channel. They do all the up mixing, so that's cool. Just do some equalization. Jeff said that. Hi, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff, for helping us figure out all the fun, excitement of it. But couple things. One, this sounds fantastic now. Replace the tweeters with the i3s. i3 tweeters, i3 mids, i5 8-inch mid bass underneath this. I'm sorry, i5 8-inch woofer underneath the seat. It rocks hard. Plug and play Helix for the dash. Set of i3s for the rear with custom brackets that we had to make. And then the up 8. They sell all the brackets. The website was wrong on the rears. It's no big deal. We have a laser. We figured it out in like 10 minutes, made new brackets. Awesome. Bass knob. Bass knob was hard in this car because it's like, look at this dash, man. I mean, it's gorgeous. There's not a lot. That's a charge. There's cups. You know, it could go here, but this, and then you got to pull all this apart. We ended up putting the bass knob right here. So there's a really nice pocket right here. It's easy to get to because we know reality is most people aren't going to be playing with the bass knob, but easy enough to get to right there. That was Fernando's idea, and it worked out. Flip this back around. Windows, yay. Go Windows. Put the right glasses on so eyes can see. I can see the light. All right, let's shut the engine off. Can you pop the trunk? Do you have the key fob there? Oh, here it is. Ooh. So the amp went in the back corner. There's a pocket back there. They make a T-harness, which makes installation fantastic. If you need a T-harness for a BMW, Helix has it. So Audiotech Fisher. So we put the amplifier in this pocket, and of course it's got all my fingers on it. And so get that out of there. It goes in right here. There's a cool cover that goes over. There's plenty of room. The factory, whatever is the factory, is located right here. So T-harness puts you right into this. We made a bracket to mount the amplifier to, and it has nut certs, and like you can see the Allen head screw right there. So that actually goes into a nut certed panel. Used zip ties with Christmas trees to tack everything in place. Now the problem was I wanted it to go this direction because I wanted access to all the controls on the end. There we go. That's a much better thing. I wanted access to those controls. And if we put it the right direction, the right orientation, it would put them over there where I can't see them. So the first thing we did was make this new BMW cover, because their cover, you can't take it out and flip it, which kind of sucks. So we made this instead, and my boy Sean, Big Red, was in yesterday, and he's like, you should do this. And I was like, oh, you guys are aggravating. So we made it kind of look like the front end of a BMW. Definitely you guys get it. But yeah, so that was that. So it looks, so if you're like popping your head in there and you just look at that, you don't know what that is. You don't know that's, it just looks cool because it's got a BMW logo on it, right? So yeah, that is a sexy BMW custom plate. If you need one, Jeff, I'll be happy to send one to you. I play with my knob daily. Some people like to play with their knobs. It's okay. I understand. And I hope we're talking about the same knob. How bad was the Lexus? Here's the thing. The SC 430s, I was talking to Jeff about one because he's got one coming up. We do enough of them, we do a ton of them, that we know what we're stepping into. It's like stepping into dog crap repeatedly because there's no other place, you just have to step in it. So, it's going to be annoying, and it's going to stink, and you got to clean your shoes, and you just got to go through all these motions that you're just like, it sucks. So we like to whine a little bit about it. But that's it. Also, dude, check these out. Now, I'm sure some of you guys have seen these before. This guy's, he had them in his car. We put them up here because I didn't want to get them all dirty and stuff. But these are microfiber tear-off towels. oh my gosh, I'm ordering these like right away because these things are awesome. Like these things are so awesome. Very nice. Very, very fantastic. Totally like them. Now, if you have to work on BMW of any kind, do yourself a favor. Head over to Amazon. I need to make a page that's just for panel tools, panel poppers. Order yourself some clips for the doors. We stock a ton of clips because clips suck. And here's the deal with the BMW. So pro tip of the day. This is Bobby's pro tip of the day. We should just call it Bobby's pro tip of the day. The door clip in these is lousy. It's a bad design. It's German. It happens. But so this is not a functioning clip. So what they do is they actually pull apart. And if you see one that looks like this is wrong. They're supposed to look like this. Okay? So you could see that this little white cap on the top is there to push these down into place. See how it has that little notch right there? All right? So this is designed to move down, and then that little white cap goes over those and locks this in, and then when you push it in, just like those cool drywall things, when you put the screws in, it does that, right? This little white thingy, goes flying. So get yourself some of these. Like I said, we stock these because we know that this is going to suck. And so this one is trash. You can go on the hunt and try to find them, but good luck. So that one's trash. This one is good. And so there you go. So you have a nice little bin, and you carry all the little clips, so it goes back into here. So you got more clips here. These little white things. Oh my God. Yeah, you got to stock those. Those are these are everywhere too. So this is like the white thing, just as an orange version of it. Then you got more clips, even more clips. These are the older. These are like the Volkswagen ones. Same basic concept. So, and I don't know. I think it's the same one or a different size head or something like that. Either way, like you can never have enough clips. And somewhere I have the GM clips, because GM makes a really stupid clip that's part plastic, part metal. Those things go everywhere. I think it's like a 2-inch, Jeff, and the 6x9 is way too deep. It's got to be a shallow 6x9. Volkswagen door clips break all the time too. Yeah, and that was it. That's why we have them. So, what front stage was in Gary's Prius? Oh, he was answering that question. I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about the SC430. Okay, yeah, good call. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. We also have, so the other thing you can do too, which, in a pinch, if you go to so this is kind of nice. So here's another one. So this is a variety pack. So I bought this first, so that I could figure out which ones we use the most, and then I just ordered more. But the thing you could, like, in a pinch, you can head over to like Discount Auto Parts, and they sell them by car, which is really cool. So you can buy pins by car. So like one day, they're all missing, the ones that we needed. There's more of them in there, but we didn't know what we needed, because somebody actually came in and they had already done their own thing, and they were like, and these are just bulk. You can go on Amazon and buy a bulk box. So I did that first, and I realized that was stupid. So we have a bulk bunch of stupid clips. But a guy came in, and all his panel clips were broken and missing, and he's like, "Bro, can you all fix all my panel clips?" And we're like, "I have to order them." He's like, so I was like, all right, let me see what I can do. So I ran. We have like auto parts stores all up and down the road here. So I ran to one and bought that, and then charged him for it, because that thing's like $35-$40. So, hey, this is the cover. Are you done airing it out?
Yeah.
Are you good?
No, I just cleaned it out.
Here, you want to put it in? Hold on, wait. Do it in a dramatic fashion. All right, go. Pretend like this was slow motion. All right, ready? I'm gonna do some stuff. Ooh, the lights adding a cool effect. Ready? Here we go.
BMW.
We gotta have fun too, right? We gotta have fun too. So, yeah, this guy is done. Sounds great. Really like it. I hope they like it. That's really all that matters. We enjoyed it. So, you know, yeah. So in that mess of clothes, there is a set of like Ford keys. So those were in the back seat.
Okay.
So if we want to put the floor mats back in, we can. What? Oh, I was trying something and then I got frustrated and just threw it on the ground. Those match amps are universal, not just specific for Oh, of course. Yes, sorry, my bad. So they are universal. The cool thing is with the T harnesses, it does. You can do a lot with them. They are tiny, like you just saw, so you can put them in there. They come in a cool box. So, it comes in a cool box. And with a big plug.
And they have multiple.
They do have multiples. Yeah.
Up 7?
Something like that. What do we do with... Oh, they're over here. Also, if you're going to be doing any tuning on a car... Cable Creations, right here, this guy. You need one of these extensions, not some generic ass extension that you just buy. You need that. That's an amplified cable. This thing is super long. This is what we use. We learned this trick, I think, from Kenwood. It's either Kenwood or Andy.
I think that was Ken.
I think it was Ken, yeah. Buy 2 of them, because at some point, someone you work with will cut one in half. It just happens. Nobody's fault. So the amplifier comes with these cool little mounts, but they go on the top and bottom. But as you saw from that, we made our own brackets that, because there is screws that go into it. They're like M4s, which does make it fun. And then it comes with all these harnesses here. So like this is your main input harness and some of your outputs. This is like your other outputs. And it's cool because they do label them all, so I don't have to guess. Like this is channel F output, which is like your sub. The skinnier ones here are your inputs, and we can verify that by front right in. Yeah, see, it says it. And this is your outputs, and they're bigger, so bigger on the outputs. This is for your controller, if you want to add a controller. We added just a single bass knob, which comes with an end that looks like this, and then a phone jack. Your remote turn on, in and out. And then 6. So this is channels 5 and 6 input. And like I said, in this one we needed 7 or 8. So we got the cool heck box. Actually, it's a really cool idea. This is one of the things that I dig about Helix and Audison is that they have figured out, because their amplifiers don't have all the inputs and outputs that we want all the time. But they have other inputs, and so through their software they've figured out that, hey, we have an aux input card that we can make, and an aux input is nothing more than signal. Well, if we make it a high level to low level as well as an aux input, and then through the channel routing we can come up with more things, and so that's this guy right here. And as you see, it's like an aux or high level. So you just tell it what it's doing in the software, which happened to be one of the big major kicking the asses today. But it comes with a high level plug, and it comes with a new end plate because you're going to change the config. So this is the old end plate, and the new end plate adds another hole right here. But that allows us to take an amplifier that is a 6 to 8 and make it an 8 to 8, and still keep that small form factor that we're looking for. Audison has the same thing. They have an expandable card that goes in the side of their amplifiers that you can buy to do it. I think it's a fantastic idea because sometimes you step into something like this, there's no amp pro, there's no nothing, and you have 10 channels, like a Honda Accord has 10 channels. You only really need 6 of them, which this would have worked fine. But if you really wanted to incorporate other channels, then you need more room. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I think that's a really neat feature. I want to make sure we put the owner's manual back in the box. Come on. I know, right? Who does that? Me. It's your owner's manual. I don't want it. There we go. Get in there. It's a tiny box for a tiny amp. Okay. Stagger power also. There you go. Which is what we need because the i5 8-inch underneath the seat need to have some impact to them. Did you find those keys?
Yes, it's in the front.
Okay, thank you. They're from New York, so they save their bottles because they have to pay for those. We put the factory speakers back into the boxes, so they're heavy, and I just picked them up with one hand. Is Crossfire still in business? Their website is down and don't see their product listed anywhere. I think that means that nobody is home. I mean, if you've gone that far. So, John, there is a separate DSP, DM8 to 10, in the Prius. Correct. Yeah, because I believe he has the altitude amplifiers in there, right? Or does he have Epic? I never got to see it. I wanted to. Because I dig his Prius. His Prius is cool. I know, right? It's just, to quote Jeff Dunham. Okay. Also, did you guys get a chance to see Brian Mitchell's video that went up today? So we finally got a chance to sit down with Brian and get a tour of his car. Somebody had said, is this a repeat? And it's like, no, the only other time we had done that was when we were in California. We were live in his shop because we were doing some work on it. And we did film, some live stuff there. All right, so 2 of these, I think these stay. Okay. I'm just going to put everything in this box. I mean, if you want, or we can just load everything into those boxes, whatever you want to do.
No, we can in that box.
Throw the owner's manuals in there. Got it? Also, look at this. Ooh, for those of you that know. It started. It's begun. Hey, Fernando.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Do some Fernando stuff. I have it tilted at the proper angle.
All right.
Now you got to sing and dance.
Oh, what type of stuff that we're doing? No, hey, listen. Right now, what you're looking at is the brand new Senses. That's right. 3 ways, 2 ways, whatever you like. You can pick one of those at morelhifi.com. Brand new, right there. Look at that, sexy. Where's the tweeter? I don't know where's the tweeter.
These are still in their spots. We never opened these.
Here, it's a brand new tweeter. It's not the same tweeter, so you can check it out. I can get it out.
It's okay, man. It's okay. We're doing an unboxing next week.
There you go.
Or
right
maybe
there.
tonight.
See?
Tomorrow.
Brand new one.
Yeah.
Check it out. MorelHiFi.com. Here on Instagram, Morel_America. Just wait for the unboxing and the demo on the towers, finally.
Well, you get the unboxing before you get the demo on the towers.
Yeah.
Because we just started those last night. And you're doing some 3D stuff, so what do you think, 6 months?
Oh, that's just done.
Oh, you got it?
We just have to, yeah, we just have to.
Do you want to load these speakers in the empty boxes?
Yeah, we have to.
Okay. Can you start offering a service where you use the factory speakers you removed to build a Bluetooth boombox and send home with the customers? No. I can't even build my own. Morel speakers, Visconti amps. What subs are you running, Dean? Probably full cal flax, flat 10s. If in my car, that would be, if you're asking me, the flax shallows, because I can fit 3 10s in the spare tire well. Now, in general, what am I running? Probably punch, Rockford.
Punch.
Both altitude and epics are on the base. Oh, fantastic. We're talking about Gary's car. You didn't get a chance to watch Brian's video today, right?
No.
Yeah. Are we going to load the speakers in or just throw them in the box?
No, I'm gonna throw it in the box.
Okay.
Better, so.
Okay, whatever you want to do. We got a box. We can put it all in here. Load it up. So anyways, today's Wednesday of all days. And what's up, Danny? We have other things to do, so we just got done with this. We're putting everything together to get it out. Really like this. This was cool. Sounds fantastic. It's a great little upgrade. I think if I was... No, I'm not even going to say it. Hump day! I know, we need Mike. I gotta call Mike.
Huh?
I gotta call Mike. I haven't heard from him in a minute.
Mike who?
Mike Rios.
Oh.
9 Toes.
Yeah.
Later, guys. And I'm going to say that. We got to get back to work. You guys have a wonderful Wednesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bobby, we already did it, man. You got to go back and watch it. We even called you out. All right. Have a fantastic day, gentlemen. We'll see you next time. Bye. Good day, everyone, and welcome. We have I know it's not an F-150, it's the other one. It's the Toyota Tundra, right? Tundra? Yeah, Tundra. So, let's talk about this one. This is, I never say the year, but let's say this is a 2021 Toyota Tundra. He brought in some of his stuff, he's buying some of our stuff. He has some Hertz Milli Pros. Yeah, Milli Pros that are going to go into the door. It's a 3-way set, which means it's a pain in the butt. He stopped by. We kind of went over the system, and I said, hey, just go pick up the JBL sail panels, which are these guys right here. So we have the JBL sail panels, and we picked those up. And we've added in our laser cut brackets for the Milli Pros. So it's actually a 3-piece acrylic mount. Allows us to screw that in, and we put some foam on the front to push it all into here. So that'll go in last on the door. The bracket we made here because it's anytime there's a cast basket speaker, I kind of feel like it needs a better than Metro bracket. I mean, you can still use the Metro bracket. It's actually a really rigid bracket. It's a nice bracket. It put some sound treatment on it. It's golden. But, why not take it to, the next step, right? So for that, we came up with this guy. So this is four pieces of blown PVC, 2 pieces a half and 2 pieces a quarter. Their bracket is right here. So I used their bracket to get a template. And like I said, this is actually a nice bracket. Put a ridge here. I mean, if you're going to 3D print a bracket, it probably looks something like this. Maybe you would just have a bunch of infill, and take 10 hours. But this is a nice bracket. So we use this for our template. And the one thing I don't like about this bracket and why I'm cool with building a new one is that this is right in the center, which is a universal spot. This is a universal bracket. However, in the Tundra, the speaker is not centered. It's off to the side. So here we go. So we make this. That's where it's off the side. It is countersunk. So use the big Mobile Solutions. I love this. I love this tray. This has all the bearings and whatnot. So big Mobile Solutions bit there to create this. And the cool thing is so what we did is we took the bottom geometry and we took the top geometry. So basically I routed it once this way, flipped it over, routed it over again that way. And that kept us in with these. And these 4 spots here on the bottom are how it gets attached, along with some other screws and tapes and glues and all that other fun stuff. I don't want these ever falling apart. They never will, because they're made out of plastic. So this is for the door. It's going to go in, put the hole in for the wire to come through, so the connection is made out here and not in there, because that's bad. And then we added a chamfer to the rear so that it's, everybody likes that. So this will go in, and it goes in this direction here. So the speakers, they put it here, and the door panel is there, so we move it over, and it goes like that, which actually works out good because this bar gets in the way of the magnet otherwise. So, boom. And it's nice and thick. So very, very cool. Hang on, let's put the speaker in it. So when we put the speaker in, it'll screw down, it'll be nice and pretty. All right, so there's that. Now for the dash is kind of a pain, as all Toyotas are. So bottom mount the speaker, had to make the hole a little bigger so it could get down into the hole, and then this is flush, and you got to add some new screws because you have to make the hole, you have to wallow out the hole a little bit to get it down in there. And there you go. So that'll go in, and I was waiting. Now in the back, you got to remove the plastic. And so this will go in. Oops, sorry. This will go in like this. You got to get that back corner. And then just kind of work your way towards the front. And there we go. Now, one thing you do need to do on these is the wire for this actually comes over it this way, and it's on the top. You need to pull the A-pillar off and run the wire down underneath into the bottom so that because it gets in the way of the speaker when you go to put the speaker in. So you definitely want to do that. Now, as far as the rest of the stuff goes, got plastic. I've been making plastic all morning. Fernando has got the 0 gauge fuse holder in already. He's upgraded the ground. So there's a nice 4 gauge that's right here, but we went ahead and added a 0 gauge also. Power wire is already in the car. Waiting to add the pigtail here. The reason why we went 0 gauge is he's getting 2 amplifiers. He has his Audio Control LC 1500 one 1500, and then he's buying a Blackbird to power everything else, so the Blackbird will DSP everything up. Radio is going to be a 1057 XR. This guy here, Fernando's already got the radio out. I've already flashed the module. I haven't gotten under the seat yet, but while I was making the speaker brackets, I went ahead and made both of my amp racks for underneath the seats. This is the driver's side, this is the passenger side. Maybe? Either way, you got a right and a left. Let's just go with that. So, and then for subwoofers, he has, this is the ground shaker box. He added some foam to it. I believe he did this because I don't think I've ever seen one with that. And he's got these sundowns. They're like a 10. Kind of worried if these are going to fit. They'll fit in here. I'm just worried if this is going to fit into the car. He brought these grills for it, but I don't think they're going to work the way he was hoping. But we'll see. We'll see. Because I don't think we have the kind of room that these need. So, don't know yet. We'll figure it out. That's next. Well, that's actually a ways away. But let's go back over here since we gave Fernando a minute. So he's got the speaker bracket into place. He's adding in some speaker terminals. This is a blow-by-blow. See, clip out of the inside of the door. You don't want it inside the door. That's a bad place for it. Oh my gosh, look at that. Jeez. So, can y'all do an install video on the Dodge Chrysler car with the PAC amp probe? I believe we've already done a couple of those. I just saw Brian's Volt video. the under amplifier cooling system is crazy. Yeah, definitely crazy. Lovely speakers. Yeah, not bad. So the funny thing on Brian's is comments, right? He's not used to comments. And one guy was like, why would you put batteries underneath? And one of the parts that I actually cut out of the video because it was getting really, 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 really long was Brian explaining there's a pin that you can pull so that you can access the batteries if something were to happen in that heavy plate. So you just pull this pin and the whole thing lifts up. I edited that out because it was in a bunch of reiteration that he was doing. And apparently I should have left that one little piece in. But I don't think that guy that made the dumbass comment would have figured it out, because like all the other stuff he said made zero sense as well. So yeah, I guess watch the videos before you actually comment would be probably my best answer for that. Kind of get the feel for why things are the way they are. All right, moving on. That was just pointers. Fernando's got the speaker in the door. There you go. Looking all fly. The customer did all the sound treatment. That was not us. He's like, saved some money. He's going to do that. So cool on him. And yeah, so that's what we got going on in this Toyota Tundra. We'll have it for the next couple days because we have to do a lot of work on it still. Today, so this morning was just getting through and getting all the parts built for Fernando so that he could, get stuff done. I have one more speaker I need to put in. He's way ahead of me on this one. I have to pull this A-pillar off, which I might have him do, but I'll probably end up doing it. I have to pull this A-pillar off so I can rerun this wire underneath here, because that won't work. And then router out that hole. And as soon as I'm done with this, I'll cut the other bracket. I made one bracket, but it wasn't going to work. I made this first, which if I would have ended up doing this, I would have just taken it over and 3D printed it, because the 3D printing where I have to put screw holes in it, and I was feeling that would be kind of weak because acrylic kind of can break at points like that, whereas the 3D printer, just the way it's done, wouldn't snap there. So, but in the end I didn't have to, because we ended up doing a 1/4 inch bracket, pushing it down in, and everything worked great. But now I have to trim this off, and for that, as dangerous it is, and it is dangerous, I like to do this. I don't like to do a sander, because a sander will make fuzzies, which makes it even harder to clean off. Hey, I'm trying to do an update to my 2020 Honda Accord Sport, add some subwoofers. Where to start? Where to start is by pulling the glove box and disconnecting the ANC module, correct?
That is correct.
The ANC module is this little tiny thing. Just Google Honda ANC module, ANC module. You have to disconnect that first. Once that is disconnected, whether it's bass or premium audio, still needs to be disconnected. You have to figure out if you have bass or premium audio. If you have bass audio, tap the rear speaker and you're done. I would get a key lock personally, so or do a key 501 for it, because you're going to have a high pass filter coming off of that factory radio. Now, if you have the premium system and it has a subwoofer in the back deck, well, then just tap that with a nice amplifier and you're good to go. You can still do key lock or still do key 501. Now, whatever amplifier you want to do, if you don't want to do a key 501 because you're like, I want tons of bass, I still recommend a key lock to go in there to fix as much of it as can possibly be done, and then you're good to go. Yeah, it's actually a pretty straightforward car, which is cool. But you do have to disconnect the ANC module. That's where it sucks. Look at him. Boom. Getting that done. You gotta pick up the kids today?
No, not today.
Oh, normally he works really fast because he's got to leave for an hour.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I gotta get everything done. And otherwise he'd be over there like, what's going on over there, man?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I was like, bro, he's got to pick up the kids
well,
today.
that's right. I thought that's what was going on.
Oh, okay.
So All right, I'm done.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What are we talking about today?
Pull off my 8 and rerun that wire. Hola, Jeff.
Hey,
Eduardo
Jeff.
come by yet? No, he said he may. He may not. It just depends. I kind of hope he goes home because after working on a beach or on a boat all day in the sun,
Yeah.
I just go home.
It's
I want to shower. Oh, how about the Morels? Good question. So we do have an update, which will probably be in the video, but I'll share it with you guys anyways because, you know, hey, it's Morel and we're having fun. So we started on the towers. We moved them up here this morning. And so one of the things that we're running, so this is it's stripped, and one of the things we wanted to do is we're making a bucket that's going to go here, and there'll be an acrylic front and all that. But this is for the mid-range, and it's not supposed to have a hole in the back. This is where the 3D printer decided to fail, which is okay, because Fernando, it was only supposed to, see the little line right there? That's as tall as it was supposed to be, but he got a little excited and designing and made it an extra 2 3/4 inches, so it actually doesn't fit into the box. But what we wanted to do is make it round like this, because then I don't have to do a bunch of support. Ooh, look at that. So we have this, and this is like super flimsy, because this is like one wall, almost no infall. We just wanted to see what we were building, and then we're gonna change it. So we're gonna actually make it this bigger to fill in this gap. But then the mid-range will go into this, so it's pretty cool. So at least we're making progress. So, and it'll be thicker, it'll be more rigid. It'll probably take like 10 hours to print because I'll want it like super cool. We'll put a little polyfill in there just around the edges, you know. But this will be the tube for the mid-range. Not this one, but one of them. So that'll be pretty cool. So yeah, it was only supposed to be that tall.
No, it's supposed to be this tall. It's only like an inch or 3/4.
No, it was only supposed to be 7 inches deep.
Yeah. How big is this?
9 inches deep. It would have been 9 3/8 inches deep.
From here to here?
From here. Yeah.
All right,
so it would have been 9 3/8 inches deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, be careful, man. It's flimsy.
Well, listen. In the end of the day, if you want to pick up a Morel hi-fi.com product.
Bro, man, you can't do two things at once. that was so bad.
No, my allergies are killing me, bro.
Yeah, no, I understand. Oh. Trying to get it to stick to a camera.
All right,
go ahead.
All right.
You got this, man.
Back to the normal.
Back to the normal?
If you are interested in car audio, please go to morelhifi.com. Morelhifi.com, that's the place you can find some amplifiers and speakers.
It's so much so you're getting all choked up about it.
Dude, it's like right here.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so sad.
I don't know. Morelhifi.com.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just
Go now.
Morelhifi.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be fantastical.
Yeah, something.
You got this, man.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you need to do?
Well, I need to finish this, and then I need to.
I'm gonna remove the seeds so we can start.
Oh yeah, that would be a good idea.
Right?
Yeah. Ooh, there you go. That filter's good.
What?
Yeah.
We're gonna eat mango.
You're gonna eat mango today? Oh, gross. So bad.
It's mango, bro.
It's mango. All right. Well, that's what's happening on the Toyota. That's what's going on. Tomorrow morning is Friday, which means we'll have the news. Also tonight, no Hi-Fi Vegas show. So he is going to the Kicker event. So if you're in Stillwater, Oklahoma, around Stillwater, Oklahoma, that's where you want to be this weekend. You can go listen to Brian's car. It'll be there. if you want to actually experience it. So head over to Stillwater, Oklahoma, and you can go listen to Brian's car. This got Hertz Millie Pros. It's getting a Hertz Millie Pro 3-way set. So we talk all about it at the beginning. But what is your recommendation for a 3-way set and a 2010 Chrysler 300C? Well, that has a 3.5 and a 6.5.
Yeah, the new sensors.
And a 2010. That's gonna be a tough one, man. It's gonna be tough because that's gonna be a small tweeter if it has a separate tweeter on its own. That one might even be a 2.5. 2010.
2010 what?
300C. That's the old body style. Oh no, the 300C. Well, yeah, it is the old body style.
It's a 3.5.
Is it a 3.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's 2010, so I don't know if it's a 6.5 or a 6x9.
6x9.
You think it's 6x9? I mean, I'd go with the 6903s from Kenwood. But yeah, that's it. That's what we got going on. No, I don't think I have a GS 350 install video.
GS.
Had the Boston sound system. Oh yeah. Yeah. Check out the Kicker stars. Check out the Kenwood stuff. See what they have. Or Kicker. Kicker offers one too. That's it. We got to get back to work. You guys have a great rest of your day. See ya. Oh yeah. Wakey wakey. Good morning, everyone. Toyota got done last night. We were going to go live yesterday, but we stayed to finish this and didn't have a bunch of time. So, going to go on this morning because we're going to deliver it. It's all done. We'll talk about it here in a second. Today is going to be a short day. Whoa, there we go. Paul has to leave early because he's got to catch a flight to go to his daughter. Oh, I already unlocked this. Okay. Go to his daughter's graduation. No, he did not go with the Fox box. He went with a ground shaker? Ground pounder? One of those. Actually, so let's talk about that. That's a great question. Okay, right. He went with the 2 Sundown shallow mount 10-inch with the audio control LC 1500. And then the DSP is the Arc Audio Blackbird to power everything else. And man, those things hammer. I was impressed, not gonna lie. Those Sundowns killed it. Sounded fantastic. Box fit pretty good. I guess if I was to be nitpicky, which we all know I am, it had to go more over the passenger side so it wasn't centered, because there's a divot in the box where the seat rail lines up with. And so if you put the seat in perfectly centered, the seat wouldn't go all the way back, so you had to push it to the passenger side and then it would line up. There again, you'll never see it because it's behind the seat, but that kind of irritated me. But let me grab a light. The 10-inch are down low, and that's the nice thing, is they are positioned perfectly. So he brought us these really bad grills, and we tried to figure out if we were going to need them. So we did a whole bunch of testing, and as it turns out, the subwoofer never gets anywhere near the seat rails. So you're going to make me go look to see on the box what the box says. SD4. Model SD. I don't know what that means, but that's what they say on the Sundown box. No, Fernando's just not here yet. I had to get dropped off early. Or I had to get dropped off by one of the girls because we're doing Disney this weekend. But anyways, let me flip this guy around here. So there is, so my concern was, with the grills he gave us, these look very long throw with the double surround and whatnot. And where it sits, there's actually, I can fit my hand in front of the woofer, which is more space than the grills he gave us. So I was more concerned that these would hit the generic grills that because they're not for these woofers. They're just some generic, the 3-bar or 4-bar grills that you see. And this sits out so high that, I don't know. I was just worried that there's more room here and they're not touching anything and this box isn't going to move. So I thought this was safer than putting the grills on, because I don't want to put them in and then have the grills, smacking that. At least this way, we know there's plenty of room for them. So they bring them all the way down here to the bottom, and it's centered perfectly on both sides, which is where you want to be, because there's like a V in the back of the seat, but it's just cloth, but it's nowhere near this. So from that regards, it's fine. But these things hammer. And for power, he has the audio control, like I said, and made brackets, put them underneath. So we ended up running a 0 gauge because of the 1500. It's a 1500, it's huge. It's like probably close to 1800 watts. Got all the watts. So underneath the hood here, we have the fuse holder. When doing 0 gauge, we like this style because they're, again, waterproof. There's no caps or anything like that to come off. I don't like any fuse holders that have the top that snap on. That's just a personal preference. So then it's, amp fuse, made that little plaque. Made a bunch of these actually, because Fernando always asks for these, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna make you like a half dozen or so of those, and then you won't have to keep asking me for them. But there's a bolt in the factory spot here, so this easily comes off and can be lifted out of the way if need be. He upgraded the ground. So this had a short 4 gauge ground, you can see right there, and he was like, I go, yeah, go for it. I mean, why not, right? So there again, nice simple ground there. And then, let me grab my light. The nice thing about these Toyotas is a factory ground point on the frame rail here, which is a great place to find a ground because it doesn't go to the outside of the car. But this is also where we put the fuse holder. So this is your fuse distribution here, so it's easy to get to. T-spec, of course. So torque screws. This can get folded down. Does it stick up or not? There you go. So 0 gauge comes in and then splits off to the other amplifiers. So there you go. There's your LC. Bass knob ended up going in a really cool spot right there. So we made the audio control bass knob. I got a 1057. In the speaker locations, we have Milli Pros, so Milli Pro tweeter, Milli Pro 2.5, 3-inch. You got to wallow it out to get it to fit. They don't just drop right in. Very few speakers drop into the dash of these cars. Like, you really need a 2.5, but manufacturers are still stuck on that 3-inch, and then that's a 6.5. We made custom brackets for it, and we talked about it the other day when we were showing you the bracket on how the Metra moves it over here. There again, it's a universal bracket. It's nothing that Metra did wrong. It's just it's a universal fit for them. And if we're going to custom make them, so we slide it over and center it up so that the speaker is coming fully out of the grill. And then we move the speaker out so that it's filling up the whole gap. There's very little distance between the speaker and the grill. And what I mean by that is, when you're doing a fast ring or something like that, sometimes these speakers will sit way far back. And in this case, we're bringing it forward so that the factory spacer or back piece, sometimes you got to cut them off. This one you don't. Goes right in there. It fits great, and it moves all the air out of the grill, because Toyota does give you nice big holes. Anytime you see big holes like this, it's like, oh, thank God, because you get all that sound out of it. It's the little tiny holes that suck, which is usually like in the dash. Why didn't he go with an epicenter as well? So the reason why we didn't go with an epicenter is because we're going with a Kenwood radio. And for those of you that aren't familiar with Kenwood radios, Kenwood has a feature in their tools, which I'll show you here, that kind of negates the purpose of having an epicenter. And if you have a Kenwood radio and you've never turned this on, then you're missing out. So when you go into your Kenwood, you hit there, go to audio setup, and actually, hang on, I gotta put it on the radio. So we'll turn on the radio, we'll turn it on at 1, so we'll get our features, turn it on. Then down here where it says sound effects, bass, this feature right here, that is Kenwood's version of bass restoration. It's not just a bass boost, it's actually a really cool feature that they built into it. And just like an epicenter, it will bring back all that low bass frequency extension that you're hoping for. So if you have a Kenwood, you've never turned this on, and you're wondering if you need an epicenter, it's right there. It's right there. So that's why we didn't go with an epicenter. You know. Plus, it's got to be honest, this thing has so much bass, and we also have a DSP behind this, so we can EQ the hell out of the subs if we want. So we have a lot of enhancement. The epicenter is very unique. Like, it's not an EQ, it's harmonic restoration. So 100%, you gotta classify it for what it is. But with that feature built in and the EQ in the amplifier, I think it's overkill. But don't get me wrong, I love epicenters, so I'd probably still do one. Any installer you might be able to recommend in the Los Angeles, California, San Fernando Valley. Visited a few shops, and the guys there were not familiar with running and setting up DSP and running active. Okay. Los Angeles. So audio. So there again, California is a big place, and I don't really know where everyone is at in the state. And I know going from one part of the state to the other part of the state is a big pain in the ass. But Audio Systems is somewhere there. Great guys. They have a great tuner there. I don't know what Herman is up in like San Francisco, which I think is up, right? I don't know. I don't know the name of his shop. But Brian Mitchell from Arc Audio is also in your state, and he's north. He's up in his place is called Liquid Trends, but he's way up in God, I can't even think where he's from. But anyways, and then Jaime is in Agora Auto Sounds. But there's like dozens of guys. I feel bad because I don't know all of them. Fernando is here. Maybe ask a question later, and we'll see if Fernando knows some more, because he's way better at knowing the names of the shops than I am. But there are some really good guys out there. Well, I didn't know that. We'll try tonight. Yeah, I know. It's pretty cool. Okay. So, it's going to be New Day Monday. Heading to Dallas for the last show this week with Neil. Oh, fantastic. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Have fun, Chris. I don't even know what to call you anymore. We're going to have to come up with a new name because he's not, yeah. I can't say it. Anyways, Car Stereo Chris. There we go. Car Stereo Chris Brinkley. I guess you were right about that one, Chris, by the way. Yeah, anyways. Good morning question. Who was the person I had to email for quote? That'd be Paul. Paul is the owner of 5-Star Car Stereo. So you're going to email Paul at, spell it all out, 5starcarstereo@gmail.com. Morning. Am I in time for donuts? So here's the sucky thing. Okay, listen, I love donuts. Krispy Kreme, fantastic donuts. The problem I have now is because I'm getting older and you get like acid reflux and crap, I guess. I don't know. But I can't eat donuts in the morning anymore. How brutal is that? Like, I can't have sugary stuff in the morning because it just like, I can if I want to eat like 6 Tums. It totally sucks, man, because like a good like apple fritter, which is not a donut, it's a fritter. A crawler, that's a donut, that's good. And let's be honest, strawberry with sprinkles, who doesn't like a strawberry with sprinkles? So good. But like, if you've never had a Krispy Kreme, they're so good. They're not even like donuts, it's like pockets of greasy air. They're so good. And of course, specialty local donut places, we have a couple of those. They make such good donuts because they make them with love. Dean, can you scroll to the top? No. Okay, DM, thanks. Krispy Kreme has to be warm though. Cold donuts suck. Yeah, you're like suing that one. I don't have that problem. How long been doing cardio? I started in July of 1990. All right, I scrolled to the top. And you guys not at MOS. No. Kind of sucks. Mr. Berg, what's up? Did you go with Foxbox? Answer that question. Make me something, please. Just kidding. What's up, Lance? Is the Foxbox good for a Ram 1500 2018? I have. Oh, yeah. Actually, we just did a Ram Monday. Monday we had the which we didn't. We had the Ram. The newer Ram this was a 2025 Ram, which the interior's been the same for a while, and he went with the Fox 212s box, and we did the Cerro Vega 12s in that box at full size. They were big. God damn, they were big. And it comes with a seat lift kit, and we typically with the Fox box, he always throws in like the 1-inch seat lift kit. We never used it, because it'll still fit on. What it does is, instead of the seat sitting like this, it sits like this a little bit, but it sits right on the box, so it's not like some weird gap or anything. And I don't like the seat lifts in general, just because it puts the back of the seat up more into the window, and it just looks wrong, and I don't know, it just always feels clunky. So this slid up underneath there. It was tight. The door's still open. You got to push it, and then of course you got to use a real floor mat, not that giant thick rubber one. But yeah, dude, that thing, oh my God, it's 212s ported. I have an LC2i going into a DSP. Well, depending on the DSP, that's totally plausible, but most DSPs have very good high level to low level adapters built into them. So I guess it would depend on what DSP you have. Because there isn't a scenario where I'd run an LC2i into my DSP, because it's not doing anything. It's just a generic high level to low level with Accubase. So we got to talk about this tonight too, is bass roll off and high pass filtering on your system. People are getting that confused. And there's a difference. So we got to talk about that, because you guys ain't getting it. The only time I'd run an aftermarket high level to low level into a DSP would be if I was using a kicker key lock, because the kicker key lock I'd be using to do the de-equalization, which, 2 reasons. One, most DSPs that are affordable, not saying you bought an affordable one, but a lot of people do not have de-equalization built into them. And 2, de-equalization is an art and it takes time. And I can put a kicker key lock in there and have it DEQ the whole system at most in 15 to 18 minutes. And so price-wise, that's actually cheaper for me to sell them and install that than it is for me to charge them to DEQ the system. So yeah, I'll totally take advantage of doing that, which actually is funny, because Monday we have a 2023 Tundra, another one of these coming in. That's the newer body style. We're putting a full system in, and we will be using a key lock before a Blackbird. Now, Blackbird is perfectly capable, has all the things we need to DEQ the system. It is just so much faster to let the computers do it, So we're going to let the computers do it. All right, so there we go. I went back to the top. Got that one. Add lemon. I hate lemon in my water. Oh, so gross. I like a good strawberry milk in the morning with pigs in a blanket. Okay, listen. I like a good strawberry milk too. Like, not in the morning though. Like, I'm not doing. I'm like in the morning. I gotta eat regular food. I mean, I love breakfast. Oh my, like eggs are like one of my favorite things for sure. Probably get that from my dad, who eats way too many eggs. Like, it's almost scary. But yeah, mornings are weird. But good strawberry milk. I probably have a good strawberry. I'll get one about once a month when we walk through the grocery store, and then it takes me about a week to remember that I bought it. How the new shop coming update. There's nothing going on next door that we haven't talked about. Right now we're kind of in a hold section. We did find someone that is going to clean out the old displays, apparently, I was told the other day. So sometime in the next couple weeks, I have to go in and like remove anything that needs to be removed, and then they'll come pick them up. So I'm excited about that. So that means maybe by 2026 we'll be starting on the high-end room, which would be good. Okay, running the kicker snowman pods on the Kenwood DSP. Started my car the other day, got a high squeal, restarted the car, and now both channels are not working. Fried channels, crossovers, thoughts? Whew, man, that's... I mean, like anything else, I don't guess. I just start testing. I'm going to start... Yeah, I would have to start testing something. I mean, there's a chance. I mean, I don't jump into bad news right away, but yeah, there's something that went bad for sure. That's gonna suck. Love the Tundra Tacomas you do. Thank you. I like my eggs over medium. See, I gotta have mine like I like the whites done, and then the center gooey, so I can use toast and stuff. I also like since we're talking about eggs and not car stereo, yeah. Chicken for breakfast with eggs. Oh, it's so good. Stomach is kind of volatile in the morning. Yeah, it is. Like, it's just, it sucks. All right, so Tundra is done. I'm gonna back this thing out. Today's gonna be a short day. We're gonna be doing the live show probably somewhere in the 3 o'clock time, because Paul's leaving and there's no reason for us to hang out here. And so we'd like to get going with our weekend. I will post the link as soon as we know, so that you guys can tune into the show. If you can't make it, I totally understand. We're just going to move it along so that we can, get on with our weekends and have fun. Have an amp install question. Have a Jensen, Kenwood, 809S, DS, 18 tweeters, and what amp if needed? So an 809S, you technically don't need an amp, because you can do three-way mode, which you can use the channels in the radio. You can set it up so that it's a tweeter channel, a mid-range channel, and a sub-channel. So if you wanted to use deck power to power the tweeters in the mid-range and have a three-way active crossover, you can. That's in the settings, so that you can do that, which might not be a bad idea if those are the only speakers you have. That way you can get the proper tweeter crossover. Otherwise, listen, 5-channel amps are perfect for this stuff, so that you can have one amp that powers a tweeter in the mid-range. Kenwood also makes a really nice Exelon, I think it's like the 60 or the 404, pardon me, something like that, which is a nice 4-channel amplifier in the Exelon line, XR Exelon line. And that one does have a bandpass crossover built into it, so you can use channels 1 and 2 for the tweeter and 3 and 4 for the mid-range. They don't have that same feature in their 5-channel, which is the 901, and then they have the 803.5. So if your tweeters have the cap that you want to put on it, there again, a nice 5 channels is a good choice. That way you have a channel for the subwoofer if you want to add one. Chicken waffles is so good. I agree. Well, I asked about upgrading to the D61200, so if the channels are toasted, I guess I'm upgrading. Well, there you go, man. And honestly, like, I love the Kenwood, the thought of the Kenwood. I have one of my own sitting up on the shelf over here. Apparently, they just did a software update on it so that you can use a phone now. Like, they updated the Bluetooth on it, which is great. But still, it was a toy. I mean, when it came out, we were already asking for version 2, and they're like, well, you guys haven't even sold version 1. It's like, well, it's not what we wanted. Like, that amplifier, so the 606 DSP, which is in that orange box right there, that thing was supposed to have some of the coolest features. Like, now if you buy, like, what is the height, the current Stinger radio that plugs into your audio control so you can do the DSP on the face of the radio. Kenwood was supposed to have that. Like when that amplifier got pitched to Kenwood for my data, they had a list of cool things they wanted it to do. So like as soon as you plugged in the amplifier, the DSP would be on the radio. And if when you use the phone, you see how basic it is, you're thinking, why isn't this built into the radio? It was supposed to be built into the radio, and Kenwood poo-pooed the whole thing because Japan was like, oh, I don't think anyone will do that. And it was like, man, you guys suck. And when that amplifier came out, if they would have had that feature, oh my God, that thing would have been fire, because that was at the time where we weren't used to doing so much DSP. So we all thought we wanted to do DSP over Bluetooth. As it turns out, we don't, because DSP over Bluetooth sucks. And yeah, it's just not fun. So Kenwood screwed that up. Japan, they screwed up that amplifier, and of course they're the type of company, which I love Kenwood, but it's a whole ethos there. It's not just Kenwood, just those guys, the Japanese radio manufacturers. If something doesn't do gangbusters, it's like, oh no, we can't ever do that again. And it's like, come on, man, like let it go. You know. But hey, at least we have the new direct replacement radios. Those are shipping. For some reason, the dash kits are still trickling in, which is kind of odd because we know they have them in stock. So maybe it's a software thing. Either way, pretty exciting. We tuned this yesterday. Okay, so probably later today we'll come back on again once we start getting on with the day. I just told you guys I'd tell you all about this and how it turned out. I wanted to show you the box and the subs. We'll be going early today, as I said, so around 3 o'clock. Once Fernando gets in and we start getting settling in, I'll bring it in and we'll have some more fun and excitement. That's all we got for right now. You guys have a great rest of your day. If we don't see you till Monday, I'll see you Monday. If not, we'll see you tonight or later on. Bye.